This is ISRO 2003 question, 2013 question. Tell me the answer. Consider the following functional dependencies are given to you and the book table is given to you in the relational database design. Okay, determine the normal form of the given relation. Determine the normal form of the given relation. Whenever you see this question, remember what you need to do. First of all, these big attribute names you can convert into small names. Okay, these big names you can convert into small names. You can say that I determines T, I determines P also, correct? I determines T, I determines P, P determines A. Okay, so this is what is given to you. So from here, what you do, you find out what are the candidate keys. The question is asking the normal form. The question is asking the normal form. So from here, you find the candidate key. What is the candidate key? So you can assume that your book table has these attributes, I, T, P, A. So these attributes. Now you can notice which attribute does not appear on the RHS of any functional dependency. Which attribute does not appear on the RHS of any non-trivial functional dependency? That is your I. So you check what is I plus. What is I plus? What is the closure of I? So the closure set of I is I, T, P, and P can determine A. Okay, so you can clearly see the only candidate key is I. This is the only candidate key. So what are the non-prime attributes? What are the non-prime attributes? So non-prime attributes are P is a non-prime attribute, A is a non-prime attribute, T is a non-prime attribute. These are non-prime attributes. Now you can clearly see that you can clearly see. First of all, look at this. Look at this. Can I say here what is happening? P is not a super key, right? Non-super key is determining non-prime attribute. Yes or no? Yes or no? Correct. Yes or no? So non-super key, not super key. P is not a super key. You can notice P is not a super key. So not a super key determines non-prime attribute. This is a violation of what? This is the violation of 3NF. Yes or no? So it simply means not in 3NF, right? This simply means not in 3NF. What is the definition of 3NF? What is the definition of 3NF? The 3NF definition clearly says that a relation is in 3NF if and only if a relation is in 3NF. Is in 3NF. If and only if, this is if and only if statement. If and only if no functional dependency, no non-trivial functional dependency, okay? No non-trivial functional dependency, okay? Where non-super key, determines non-prime attribute, okay? So this type of functional dependency should not be there. Is this clear? This type of functional dependency should not be there. Okay, so a relation is in 3NF if no non-trivial functional dependency, if there is no non-trivial functional dependency where not super key determines not a non-prime attribute. Okay, this is the definition of 3NF, right? Yes or no? Okay, there is no such non-trivial FD. There should be no such non-trivial FD. So definitely this relation is not in 3NF. So definitely not in 3NF, so not in BCNF, right? So these are definitely gone. Okay, not in 3NF, so not in BCNF automatically. Okay, because in the BCNF, what should happen? In every non-trivial functional dependency, LHS must be super key, right? So here you can notice LHS is not a super key. And so clearly this is a non-trivial functional dependency. So this is a non-trivial FD, and you can notice LHS is not a super key. So this is not in BCNF. Okay, so this is not in 3NF, this is not in BCNF. Now what about 2NF? What about 2NF? So you can clearly see if you have a single attribute candidate key, then is it possible that some non-prime attribute can be partially dependent on this? Is it possible that some non-prime attribute can be partially dependent on this candidate key? This can never be possible, right? Okay, so you can clearly see that it is never possible. It is never possible because you have a candidate key with single attribute. So it is never possible that some proper subset of candidate key can determine non-prime attribute, right? Okay, so you can clearly see that what is the violation of 2NF? What is the violation of 2NF? The violation of 2NF, what is that? The violation of 2NF happens if there exists a non-trivial FD, if there exists a non-trivial functional dependency where proper subset of some candidate key, some candidate key determines some non-prime attribute, right? Okay, some non-prime attribute. This is the violation of, this is the violation. This is the violation of 2NF. Okay, this is the only violation of 2NF, right? This is the violation of 2NF, and this is the only violation of 2NF. This is the violation of 2NF, and this is the only violation of 2NF. So you can clearly see that if your attribute, if your candidate key is a single attribute, if your candidate key is simple, okay, it is not a composite, it is simple, it has single attribute, then proper subset does not exist. Yes or no? Proper subset of this I, proper subset of this I cannot determine non-prime attribute. Okay, so definitely I can say this is in a second normal form. Correct? Yes or no? So definitely this is in a second normal form. Okay, so this relation is in second normal form, but this is not in third normal form. Okay, the violation of third normal form is this. This is the violation of third normal form.